Hi, so I'm here with Karan Bhatia in Australia, GE's Global Head of Policy. Karan, Geoff's speech at Stern has gone viral, and you were there at its inception. Can you give us a little bit of the backstory behind it?
Well, a lot of the story it really is Geoff's, I think the product of Geoff's thinking and thinking over the course of months. I mean, we working with the communications team had the chance to exchange some drafts along the way. But I think, the themes that you see him talk about, principally how the world is changing, how you're in a world of growing populism, to some extent growing protectionism, and how that poses new challenges for companies, and how companies and corporate leaders really need to be bold in adapting to this new world and pivot towards localization, pivot towards accepting the digital and thriving in a digital world. Those are things that I think Geoff's been thinking about and you've seen appear in different speeches that he's given along the way, and I think they culminated very nicely. And I agree with you, it's been amazing how much traction that speech has gotten.
Why do you think it's been so popular and has attracted so much interest? I was in Papua New Guinea the other day, and director of PNG Power, a state-owned enterprise, actually quoted it to me.
Yeah.
So when it's reached Papua New Guinea, it's gone viral.
That's globalization in action.
Right there. So why do you think it's been so popular?
I think because it resonates. I think it resonates. I think a lot of people are seeing the themes of what Geoff's talking about. To some extent, this is what you see happening in Europe, in the United States. In the elections, there's sort of this sense of populist wave, but it's not just that. I think you're seeing in policies that are being adopted around the world a sense that he's onto something. This is really what's happening.
And you've been in Australia for the last 2 days. You've been in Canberra.
Yeah.
How do you think it applies to what we're seeing domestically in Australia? And we are in the middle of an election, so there is some relevance to it. And you've been speaking to politicians and bureaucrats over the last couple of days. What's your take on how it applies to Australia?
Well, so look, first of all, I would say the Australian record of performance, particularly in the economic area, is one that a lot of countries would give their eye teeth for. So 25 years of growth, a terrifically talented sort of government bureaucracy in the grand scheme of things. So there's a lot good going on here. But there are strains of protectionism that you see even cropping up in some of the political discourse around here. And there's also a fair amount of uncertainty and angst, I think, as to what's going to happen in the global economy. And you see that playing out in discussions here as well. So I certainly see Geoff's speech also having resonance here. I think Australia's, provided it adopts the right set of policies, is going to be pretty well suited to be able to not only survive but thrive in globalization 2.0, as Geoff calls it.
Yeah, okay. So we have an election to get through, and we'll see how that plays out. But it's been great having you here in Australia for the last couple of days, and we appreciate the perspective. So
thank you.
It was Karan Bhatia, Global Head of Policy for GE.
Thanks.